Hey everybody, it's Red Panda Gamer here for the final episode of Let's Play Super Mario 3D World. Guys, this is post-commentary, so I'm going to go ahead and talk to you, basically just an overview of what's going on in these videos. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to do live commentary with these because a lot of them are really difficult and I just wanted to concentrate on finishing them so that this isn't an hour-long video of me just failing the same stuff over and over again. So the first level is Captain's Toad, the final Captain Toad level. And it's actually really easy. It took me a few tries just to get the timing right because the biggest thing is knowing the pace of the lava, because a lot of times you'll see me just kind of go off the edge as the lava is still technically there. There's also that piranha plant back there shooting fireballs, and it's kind of difficult to tell where the fireballs are once they're over the lava. So the best way to do it is kind of what I've been doing, and that's just staying on one side and then going to the other. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm doing the whole time. You also have these platforms that you have to blow to go up. Which that sounded really dirty, and those are kind of difficult to deal with because A, it's not something the game has you deal with very often, and B, with this level especially, you have to kind of just float in the air like I am right now for kind of a long time, and it's really easy to get dizzy, and that was another reason why I couldn't really commentate on this level, because it was making me feel like super dizzy, like so much so that I was going to pass out. Now we have these falling pieces right here, and I wasn't able to make it to that last piece quick enough, so you kind of just have to survive with this piranha plant, and then you can just kind of drop down below. For a minute I forgot, but you can also blow them up, to even when the lava's over them, you can still blow up on them, so if you can time it right, you can do that. So there's a bunch of coins up here, and one of the last stamps, you just jump down in that hole, kill it, and there you go, you get all the stars. It's actually really easy. I was surprised. The first time I did it, I thought it was really difficult, but then after a while, you kind of get used to it real quick. So the final stamp there is the Captain Toad, like, approval stamp. I don't know else really what to call it, but it's a nice little rounded stamp, the Captain Toad seal of approval. So it was pretty easy. I was actually pretty happy with how it went. So now we'll go ahead and move on, as I had said, or maybe not said, in the World Crown, which you need to get 100% in the game to get to. There are only 3 levels, a Captain Toad level, a traditional level, and now the Mystery House Marathon. As you can see, I already did this once. I kept having recording issues, but the nice thing about the Mystery House Marathon is it's all Mystery Houses you've done before. So they're not introducing anything new, anything more difficult. They're not even modified versions of the originals. I think there's only 2 in here that aren't actual mystery houses, but it'll make sense as to why that is when you get to them. So the first ones are very simple. So this one, you jump on them, throw them onto a switch, and then you gun one of them. The only thing that really makes this difficult is just being consistent and memorizing what's coming with and being ready to do something as quick as possible. So with this one, you just kind of jump up, grab that piranha plant, fire flower, and then you light all the rooms. Obviously, the counter continues to go until you grab the star. And for some of these, that kind of sucks, but obviously with some of them it makes more sense. Like this one, the star's already out, so it wouldn't make sense for the timer to stop when the star appears, but it also can make it more difficult. So I played this one about 10 times, give or take, and I've played through the majority of them 10 times because I've had like 4 failed recordings. The original way I was doing this one was I would just blow and they would all go into the corners, which made them really easy to pick off. But I also figured that if I just jump on them, it made it real easy. As I said, these are all repeats for the most part, so that one you just throw the ball down there. When the ball hits it, it gives it to you. This one, you just got to find out which one is the trampoline. It's always the one on the far right, and you can tell because the way he moves is a bit different. If you're able to keep the fire flower for this whole time, it makes most of these levels way easier, especially that one and the Goomba one. So when this mystery house gives you stuff, you know you're going to need to use it. This actually might be a modified version of the other ice skating one, because I don't remember there being any characters there, but all you gotta do is just go to the very edge of each of them. I hate ones like that because they really do expect you to go to the last second. So this is the introduction of the cat suit into the Mystery House Marathon. You're going to be using the cat suit almost for the entire thing. I almost actually missed this one here. If you just kind of fly across, though, you can almost make it no matter what. You really have like 11 seconds or 11 and a half seconds, not 10, just because you get like 0 and then there's kind of a split second there. So with this one, go ahead and grab it, but you'll also want to jump over the mystery box, and you'll see this like glowing spot here. If you ground pound it, you'll actually get an extra bell, which is really good because, first of all, these levels require you to have the cat suit, and you're going to want to have it for the rest of the mystery house, as I'll kind of explain later. There's also another one right here. If for some reason you lose your bell, I don't know how you could get past this level and also have that. So these are all really simple and really self-explanatory. The last one is probably the most difficult just because you have to kind of get the timing on those switches right. I just go to the second one and then the third one and then climb up, but obviously you can go up all of them. This one is actually really difficult. I hate this level. The best way to do it, though, is just wait for the fuzzies to be at the top and then just kind of fly down. I still don't really understand how to do it, but it's kind of a pain. That's the last one you need to have the cat suit for, but I still personally think having the cat suit's easiest. The tip I have for that one is don't attack the bunny, or don't touch the bunny when it's on one of the turbos, because it can make it really difficult to jump and get the star, because you'll just kind of keep turboing around. Another baseball one, you just gotta throw the ball at the P-switch. This is one where having the cat suit's just stupidly easy. You can just climb up the wall and go up there. This also is easier with the cat suit because the attack with the cat suit is super simple. I could understand why if you had to jump on them to knock them off, it'd be a little more difficult. Once again, another one that's made easier by the cat suit since you can just climb up the wall. Like, if you can keep the cat suit, you really, really should. This one, you can follow the trail of money, but I also just I almost fucked it up real bad there too, but I just kind of jumped across. Just jump in a straight line, you'll make it. This one kind of tests your ability to jump on enemies, and this actually kind of was easier with the cat suit too, because I just kind of did that rocket cat move, whereas you probably have to jump on it a second time or you'd get hit. This one looks and sounds more complicated than it is, but all you gotta do is grab the 2 baseballs, throw them into their spots, and then grab the bomb, blow up that, then throw another baseball. There's a lot of things you have to do real quickly, but if you have a good idea of what everything's for, then you should be fine. So this one I had trouble with because when I arrived I didn't know what to do because I killed the 2 piranha plants. But the important thing is kill the fuzzies and you have to kill the final piranha plant. The second time I figured it out, I didn't kill the last one, so you lose. So make sure you kill that last one. Once again, another one where the cat suit's easy because you can just swipe at it. This one's easier too because you can just destroy everything in your path. This one, also easier with the cat suit. You're going to set off the alarm no matter what you do for the most part. So just climb up that middle area and then you can just kind of jump on over. Alright, so this is, I believe, the 3rd to last one. So you have to jump into the middle when you get there because the spike log things will knock it over. This is kind of a weird one because you have to just jump on him once and you have to wait for his death animation. So you got to do it quick. I'm not sure if you miss him the first time, how much time you have, but this is the last level. All you really gotta do is collect the coins, collect the stamp, and then get to the end. So there's there's almost an entire 1-up of coins there. But as you can see, I have like well over 1,000 lives. There's like a kind of a way to break the game to get a bunch of lives. But for that, you get the star. The star you can see like right there. It's like the actual Starman star. But yeah, it's pretty easy. So I usually recommend doing the crown level last because having the cat suit makes it a lot easier. But I actually found that when I finished the level, I did it without it because doing certain jumps was a little more difficult. So you'll see this is actually a later level. I actually lost like 30 lives in between recordings. So I actually just decided to try it without the cat suit. Now, mind you, I'm going to do really well on this one. I didn't include any of my failures. But like I've played this level for probably about 4 hours. And I even make some really dumb mistakes here. But technically, like this level, you can get through it really quickly if you know what you're doing and you do the right motions. But like at this point, I was kind of trying to take my time and not be as fancy with things. So you can run across these, ignore the charging chucks because they're not really gonna bother you if you just run past them. Here, I kind of was being overly cautious as well, but all you really need is like really good, really well-timed jumps. So 3 long jumps at the start, and then I was doing this thing where I was like kind of spinning around in a circle just to kind of give myself more hang time. This is the hardest part here, in my opinion, the whole level, is you have these 2 blocks that come in quick succession, so I'd actually jump back. And just as long as you can get a jump, you can make it, but for whatever reason, I was having a lot of trouble with it. Here we have to take out these 3 magic Koopas. The blocks that are falling actually fall really quickly, but the nice thing is you can save yourself if you do wall jumps, but it's still really easy to get hit. So just focus on trying to kill them, it's always in the middle. Not too bad. So this is probably the second hardest part of this level. You have to kind of jump over these. There's a piranha plant over there which you can use to kill the fuzzies, but there's really no reason because you can just duck under them, and even still you can time it so that you can be going that way, or you can go that way when they're not around. Same thing here. I don't feel like having the piranha plant would really be that beneficial. I just kind of wait it out, and then you kind of have to time this jump like incredibly well, and then long jump. Don't like time it, like don't risk it, just long jump as soon as you get on the other one. This one is also really weird, but that's actually really cool how they did it. So the way you're supposed to do this is you're supposed to wall slide and then jump on the butts of those things. Like you have to do that. It's really difficult otherwise. And then here's just like really well-timed movements. So basically what makes Champions Road really difficult is learning what they want you to do. So like I had a lot of trouble with those like switches, like where it would go from one color to another. I had a lot of trouble with that because I couldn't get the timing down, but once I got it, I had it. Like I could do it every single time. The ant stuff, like where you have to go up the shaft, I had a little bit of trouble with that too because I wasn't trying to jump on them like when I go above them, and that's like how that timing is set up. I'd also just kind of go flying sometimes and drop off the stage. But yeah, once you get like the timing right and all that, it's pretty easy. The only thing that's still kind of difficult is like this timing. I hate the glare in the water at the top there because it's hard to see where you're at, but you know, as long as you get the timing right, you're fine. So this is actually the final obstacle in Champions Road, and my biggest problem with it is it introduces two of the more frustrating things in the game. It has these the things that send off like the energy waves, and then it has these platforms, and you can't long jump on these running platforms or when you're in this running mode, so you kind of have to really time it perfect. Like you have to jump at the very last second. The last green star is also there, and that's another nice thing about this last level is the green stars aren't hidden, or neither is the Samp. They're just there, like as you progress. So we have to get all 5 keys. I got it, barely. I did get hit once. We go to the end, and we get this cool little thing. It's a big tube that will spell out the word thank you. It's a little, I mean, it's cool, but at the same time, I kind of just wanted to get finished with the level. Plus, they don't give you like a pulled back view of the entire thing. So I'll just kind of ride around in this. So Champions Road is definitely difficult, but it's not like insanely difficult. Like when I first started playing, I'm like, this is impossible. But that was also like, it was 3 in the morning after I'd already been playing for 3 hours. Now, I really like this game a lot, and I'll kind of give the summation and like at the credits or whatever. Well, actually, there's really no credits. But what I appreciate is like in Galaxy, the final level was just stupid hard. Whereas this, it gave you a lot of like really interesting level design ideas and kind of made you think about the game differently, but ultimately, if you had a good understanding of the game, you should have no problem with it. That being said, I cannot imagine how anyone could do this with 4 players. I really hope We Like to Pray, co-op Nintendo channel out there if you've never seen it, which I'm sure you have. They did, I cannot wait to see them do this level 4 players. Like, it's going to be crazy to watch. So, of course, I got the gold top on that one because I would have been really upset if I didn't. All the characters are there to say bye to you or hi to you or whatever you want to say. So nice little celebratory dance. My biggest problem, as odd as it sounds, is I kind of felt like the finale of it, it just ends. Like, there's nothing else really to it. We get this, like, Lucky Cat Mario, which is kind of cool. I don't know where we get the rest of the stamps, but there is, like, a Luigi Brothers minigame, which we'll see more towards the end in the bottom left corner. And I wonder if that's how you get them. But, you know, for a final level, it was definitely difficult. But if you have, like, the Tanuki suit, it's broken. It's super, super easy. I tried it with the Tanuki suit and finished it, and I'm not even showing it because it was just so stupidly easy. Definitely try it if you want the full challenge, just as straight vanilla Mario. But yeah, I 100% completed this game. It's one of the first like 3D Mario games I've ever 100%ed. Like other than this, I did 100% Galaxy 2 and 100%ed Super Mario World. So it was a really great feeling to be able to 100% complete this game. It was really well done. People were asking on Twitter like what I thought of it. Like I said, it's really, really good, and I actually like it a lot more than 3D Land. I have a lot of small problems with it. Like, it didn't feel like a full 3D Mario game, obviously. It more felt like a 2.5D Mario, which is fine. But a lot of times the perspective stuff feels a little off, and it makes it feel like you're going to mess things up just because you're looking at things at the wrong angle. But yeah, after beating the game, you unlock Luigi Brothers, which is the classic Mario arcade game. And that's in the bottom left corner. I didn't show it because it's really nothing worth showing off. But I really like this game, and I really like Let's Playing it. It's been a long time since I've done any Nintendo games, I think 5 or 6 months or so. So it was nice to come back to it and play this game. It's not that this game was short. This is gonna sound like stuck up, but I'm actually like pretty good at these Mario games. So I'm sure for some people it'll take a lot longer, and this game is kind of designed to be played with more than one person. So I'm sure that if you were playing with 2 people, it would take a lot longer, and if you're playing with 4 people, I can't even imagine how long it would take to play through this game. I'll definitely be checking out We Like to Pray's 4-player Let's Play, and you totally should too. And I look forward to seeing them try to do Champions Road. And if you have any questions, obviously comment them down below. I really like this game. I don't know if I'd say it's like a perfect 10 out of 10, because I definitely think that games like Mario 64 or Mario Galaxy or Mario Sunshine are better designed games as far as like a 3D game goes. But as far as like Mario as a whole, like I'd much rather have a game like this than something like New Super Mario Brothers. Like those 2D games, there's only so much you can do with them, and at least with like 3D World, they did a lot of really cool stuff, and the new power-ups they added were really great. Like, the cat suit was awesome. The cat suit added so much variety and so much cool stuff to it. The light blocks that you use in like a lot of like the ghost levels were really cool. The cannon block was awesome. Like all that stuff was really cool. The propeller block obviously is just as good as it was before. But beyond that, like, a lot of the like movements and stuff in the game like were really well improved, like the being able to like roll. They brought the long jump back, which I love the long jump. They added variety in the way that all the characters move. There's a lot of like throwback stuff to like Mario 2, like in the fact that there's 4 different characters that all have 4 different abilities. There's the fact that you can pick stuff up and throw it. Like all that stuff is really kind of reminiscent of Mario 2, and even like stuff like having bombs and stuff is like Mario 2. So I really like the stuff they did with this game as far as like its mobility and stuff. I would have loved to have seen this like kind of game in more of an actual full realized 3D world with like an overworld and like story beats to it. And people got kind of annoyed with me that I kind of wanted there to be a story in this game, but I don't see anything wrong with that. I'm not saying it has to be like a Final Fantasy story or a Dark Souls story or anything like that. But like I really would have liked to had some kind of reason, like what were they called? Sprixies? Like, I don't even remember what the main things of this game were called. There really didn't seem to be much of a rhyme or reason for what we were doing in the game, and that's totally fine. Like, I don't need a reason to play a great platformer, but it would have been nice, and it would have added some real life and soul to the game. Like, 3D Land, my biggest problem with 3D Land was it felt very soulless. It just kind of felt like, here's a Mario game where you're going to go do things for the sake of doing things. Whereas this game felt way more like... it was kind of that middle ground, and that's what Miyamoto said he wanted to do. Was the point of these games is to make it feel less like a 2D game, but to still give like the people that like 3D games that 3D world environments and enjoyment. So it's definitely got it, but I would really appreciate more of like the worlds that they create in the other 3D games. Not to say this is a bad game. Like, I'd probably give it like an 8 out of 10, which is, I mean, like a real 8 out of 10, not like when people give like a game an 8 out of 10 and people freak out. But it's a really good game. I just don't quite feel like it's a Wii U system seller, and that kind of goes to show with the fact that it's one of the lowest selling Mario games in Japan. Like, that's crazy to me that this game didn't sell very well. It's good. If you have a Wii U, get it. If you love Mario, it's totally worth getting a Wii U. But ultimately, it's not amazing. It's not perfect. There still needs to be that originality that we need to see on this system. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. I know I sure did. Please like this video, favorite this video, comment this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'm going to be doing more Nintendo stuff coming up. I'm not going to be doing Mario Galaxy. I know I was originally talking about it, but I kind of need a break from Mario platformers, and like trying to 100% this game really kind of... Trying to 100% this game and playing the Champions Road so much kind of ruined the fun for me a little bit, so it's going to be a while till I do more Mario stuff, but I do have some general Nintendo stuff planned, so stick around. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next series. If you missed any other episodes, I uploaded all the others, so subscribe, check that stuff out. I've done tons of other Nintendo stuff, so if you want to check that stuff out while you're still waiting for more, be sure to do that. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time.